science, and health. I was the athletic director. I coached every sport known to man. Soccer, volleyball, both boys and girls basketball, tennis, softball, cross country. Officiated the basketball games and supervised weight training. I even taught a mini class on music appreciation and was a newspaper advisor. A change in direction in the district led me to North Lake, Illinois. I was the 6th and 7th grade science teacher, and I started the girls basketball program from scratch and had a winning record both years I was there. In the spring of 1989, I promised my wife, Anne Marie, to move closer to her parents in DeKalb as they were getting older and we wanted to be there to help out as much as possible. I got out the atlas. There was no GPS in those days. And drew a 30-mile radius around DeKalb with one of those steel compasses with a little bitty pencil in it and went around there. Somonauk happened to fall within that radius. I subscribed to the NIU placement letter at NIU, and 2 jobs interest me: Somonauk and Clinton Rosette in DeKalb. I interviewed first at Clinton Rosette. Then I had my interview with Mr. Wood on a Thursday afternoon after school. I drove from North Lake to Somonauk, not knowing what I was in for. After talking for 15 minutes, he really didn't interview me. We just talked for 15 minutes. Mr. Wood said, "The job is yours." I said, "Can I talk about it with my wife?" And he says, "Do you want the job? Yes or no? I need to know right now." He said, "You're the right man for the job, and I want you at Somonauk." Well, needless to say, I said yes right on the spot. The next day, Clinton Rosette calls and offers me the job, and I said no. And they were shocked that I said no. They said, "Well, would you reconsider?" I said, "I'm a man of my word. Mr. Wood offered me the job. I committed to Somonauk. I'm taking the job at Somonauk." So for the next 22 years of my life were spent in this neat little village of Somonauk. Before I even had one class, I set out to clean up the science lab. I painted every one of those benches in the science lab dark brown to spruce them up and clean them up so they looked brand new when I started. I also started out as low man on a totem pole at Somonauk, at the junior high, at the grade school, with Pat Myers, Shelley Buckley, and Peggy Close. In those days, the 8th grade had to walk from the grade school to the high school for PE. Mr. Wood decided he didn't want him to come back to the grade school after PE because it would probably be too much trouble. So, being low man on the totem pole, I was sent over to the high school to supervise a 20-minute study hall for these 8th graders in the cafeteria at the high school, which the cafeteria at the high school in those days was, 1/8 the size of it now. It was a very, very small cafeteria with like 5 tables and hardly any room to do anything else.